elevated tee, so you can certainly reduce some of that yardage, 579, plus that thinner air. So it should be reachable for most of the long hitters. There's some trouble left, obviously, in that desert area and the water on the right, but two good shots, you never know. You might even get off to an eagle start.
Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. That's a good birdie right there. And to 4 under par for the championship. Frank should be feeling good after that birdie.
Obviously knows that the game is now in good shape. Let's see if he can add to that.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
99 yards away. Frank, briefly educate us on course slope rating.
Yeah, it's a system that goes along with our handicap system, so you can compare one golf course to another. If you played a very, very flat golf course, it would have a relatively low slope rating. So when you use that with your handicap, that would figure it out. So if you decided to go and play Wolf Creek and it has a slope rating of 154, that's factored into how difficult it is to chip and putt around this golf course and how much of the elevation affects your golf score. And that's really to equate golf all over the world.
Could it be? So one shot closer to the lead with that birdie. All right, Frank, describe the third hole.
Well, it's a par 3 with a bit of a tabletop green, Rich. Some bunkers right and left of that, but also it's going to play a little bit further. This tee shot is uphill, unlike the opening 2 holes. So a 3 here, and that certainly won't hurt the scorecard.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. He'll need to be strong with this. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. No damage done. Made the par. Back over now to the 4th. Couple of red numbers already on the scorecard. Could not ask for a better start to this final round.
And in the thick of things, too. Playing well, swinging well, iron shots are good, plenty of opportunities out there. Just what you would give just to make a few more putts.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
This is a good-looking shot. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Birdie putt coming up. Had a bogey on this hole yesterday. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Just a couple of feet. Has his par. Now to the par 5 fifth hole. Cut it over the ridge here, Frank?
Well, if you can, if you dare. And there is actually a stream here. I know we're in the middle of a desert, but if you can clear that stream, that's the main thing. This is a crazy-looking tee shot because it looks like you want to go down that canyon area, but if you don't know the exact distance you fly the ball, then you're going to be in lots and lots of problems. Those collection of 3 bunkers down the right side, as long as you can avoid that, then that second shot to this par 5, that's not overly long, it's just under 500 yards, is certainly reachable. Second shot will play uphill to a elevated green with, once again, 3 different levels.
Frank, we've seen guys like Phil Mickelson hit it off the cart path. How tough is this shot?
Well, for a high-level professional, actually, it just looks harder than what it is. They'd rather here than the rough any day.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. And this attempt will be from about 130 yards.
Well, he's taking the right side out of play, Rich. It looks a little left.
Coming out of the rough, not able to control it the way he wants. Not too bad, about 25 feet away. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Settles in over the putt. Frank had the touch of a plumber right there.
Yeah, you'd like a redo, wouldn't you? Wake up, wake up!
He needs this for bogey. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, standing on the 6th tee and looking out at this golf course, I can't help but think that if you hit it offline here, you're going to be playing golf with the billy goats.
Yeah, you might actually turn into a billy goat come the end of the day, that's for sure. The huge elevation changes, once again, are apparent here at the 6th. Tis a dogleg to the right, not really a driver unless you want to sort of bring that creek into play, or that little stream that cuts across. Second shot, a little bit uphill. Those bunkers are really where you shouldn't go, we all know that. And this green is anything other than flat. A fun-looking hole, too, and a fun hole to play.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
And that's a bogey. Frank, a very short par 4 here at the 7th, but not one you're going to try to hit off the tee?
No, unless you can fly the ball sort of 300 yards on the nose and stop it within sort of 5 or 6 yards, it's really too risky. This green is not very deep, just sort of 10 or 15 yards in depth. It's just a layup hole, but layup hole it simply doesn't mean grab a club and hit it down the fairway. The best way to play it is to try and hit the ball right on the number. And what I mean by number, I mean the full shot yardage for your second shot, even if that only is a sand iron.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts.
Even par currently.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Par 3/8, 248 yards down to the green. What a hole.
Yeah, maybe you put your two hands together, make a little prayer. You might make two, but you make three here and run to the next tee. This is it's just a gorgeous par 3. But it is tough. Every bit as tough as what it is pretty, as a matter of fact.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, this is a cross-country putt. He'll have a go at it, though, for birdie. We'll see.
There's no backing down here. This is going to go up and down and all over the place, but a chance to go in.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Finishing up this front side here at the par 4 9th, 390 yards. And what are we looking at, Frank?
Well, it looks relatively straightforward, but it's anything other than that. Decision time again. Do you lay it up into that wide area of the fairway? If you're a longer hitter and you are out here to have a little bit of fun, then maybe you want to take the head cover off, because you get a little bit of an advantage if you can drive it over that last bunker on that right side, or at least take that out of play, because you're only going to have a short pitch in here.
Down, little Sheba, down! Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. That's an important birdie right there, into the top 5 on this leaderboard.
Well, there's so much at stake this week, Richard.
Well, that was a nearly